It's June, and you know what that means. It's time to break the bow out of the case and start shooting and getting ready for next deer season. I'm gonna be working on a few drills today that's going to help me in preparation for this coming deer season. So right out the gate, this is actually my third time I have shot this year. So getting better, still a little rusty from where I was last year, but building endurance back. So I'm gonna run through 3 drills tonight that I'm going to be practicing to help me be a better shot this fall. So the first one is 1-shot ping pong ball. You get 1 shot to hit the ping pong ball, because really in the woods you realistically get 1 shot. Very rarely will you get a second shot unless you spine an animal or something in that nature, but most of the time you're going to get 1 shot. I have 3 different ping pong balls on 3 different targets at 3 different ranges, and I'm going to have 1 shot to hit each ball, and we'll see if I can hit any of them. Odds are probably not. Again, this is my 3rd time shooting. We'll see how I do. The yardages in order are 20, 25, and 30. Okay, let's start at 30 yards. You'll notice the ping pong ball is on the butt of my deer. The heart and lungs are completely shot through. So if I shoot there, my arrow will completely pass through and go through my fence. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm shooting for the butt, but really I'm shooting for the ping pong ball. Oof. This is a perfect example. I hit about 4 to 5 inches to the right and 1 to 2 inches low. You get 1 shot. That's at 30 yards. Now, granted, this is the beginning of bow season for me. I'm just starting to shoot. I always start in June, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm hoping by the end of July, beginning of August, I'm hitting that ping pong ball first shot. A great drill to start with. Let's try 25. Ooh, so close. At 25 yards, I hit the black tape holding the ping pong ball. So I'm less than an inch away from hitting the actual ping pong ball. So good at 25. I want to keep the consistency going. Now for 20. Smoked it. I forgot to move my camera, but you can kind of see it on the edge there. But I smoked the 20-yard ping pong ball dead center. So 1 for 3. And the one I hit, of course, is at 20 yards. So kind of my logic is I like to shoot farther away first because it's a little bit harder to see, a little bit more shaky, you know, and then by the time you get up to 20 yards, bang, it's a chip shot. So I like to train long range first and a lot more than I train up close. 1 for 3, I'll run this drill until I'm tired, and just 1 shot, go get my arrows, come back and do it again. But this is a great drill to run early on in shooting to prepare for your 1 shot that you'll potentially get in the fall for deer season. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna work on to make myself ready and a better bow hunter for next season is clearly just being able to hold my bow back and make a consistent pattern. I got a timer on my phone. I'm gonna hit start. I got 45 seconds on the timer, and when the timer goes off, I'm gonna finally make my shot, and I'm gonna try to do that 3 times in a row and try to get a good consistent grouping. And obviously the tighter the grouping, the better. Let's go ahead and practice this. So I'll hit start, 45 seconds on the timer. I'll just hold my position. And really the whole time I'm holding, I am aiming. I will find myself while I'm hunting sometimes, like if I'm behind a branch or something, or if I need a muscle break, you know, it's harder to hold your bow up versus holding your bow down. So if you're kind of stuck waiting for a deer to get in a right spot, obviously you don't want to be making a bunch of movements, but what you would like to, what would be ideal, maybe move your head away a little bit, and then as you know he's getting a little bit closer, you can kind of move your head back in there. Now this whole time I'm focusing on my loose grip up front. I'm not gripping my release aid as I shoot my wrist release, and I'm letting everything do the work. There goes the timer, going from middle dot. I believe I'm a little low. And then I hit repeat and I do it again. Especially just starting out, this drill will wear you out quickly. So I suggest starting with this one, and if you get tired, take a break and continue at a later time. But this will build strength and stamina in your back muscles, so you'll be able to hold that bow longer if you need to. a little better. I think just a little higher. By the third one, your shoulders and back's going to start getting a little tired, so you're going to start to shake. You want to really have that focus on what you're aiming for, and you don't want to punch the trigger. When you get tired, you're going to want to feel the urge to punch the trigger. Make sure at all costs you keep everything the same, and you just slowly let your finger push the trigger. Okay, let's see how we did. Okay, so there's my 3-arrow group. I had one in the middle circle, one about an inch high and 2 inches to the right, and then one way low, probably 4 to 5 inches low, and 1 to 2 inches to the right. So I got to work on closing in all 3 into that middle circle. My last piece of advice is to practice at longer distances than what you are going to shoot at. So unfortunately, in my little backyard set, I can only shoot 30 yards, 40 if I open my gate and go stand on the end of my driveway. So I will get to that. But for video purposes tonight, I have a 30 yards range. So many times I'm shooting 30, and a lot of the times my deer's within 30 yards anyway, with a lot of my stand setups and how deer come through. You never actually know how far away your target deer might actually be away from you. I strongly encourage you to practice distance. For example, I don't like to shoot past 40 yards. I every bit want to shoot at least 60 if I don't want to shoot past 40. So however, the final tip is to just shoot distance and to just keep shooting. So this is the beginning of the season. You know, I'm probably shooting 40 arrows and calling it a night, because by then, you know, I'm starting to get a little fatigued and it's time to go put everything away and maybe come out another day. I try to shoot at least once a week. So my last tip again is just practice at longer distances at what you will shoot. No, I can't give that example in this short video, but go ahead and go to a range, go somewhere you can go and try that longer distance. Until then, I'm just going to keep on shooting and keep on practicing. Deer season's going to be here before we know it, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.